Those who cannot change their minds cannot change anything. This is Success with Srini.
In the last couple of days with this podcast, I have gone this route where I have been sharing with you some principles, some concepts, some habits about self-worth, net worth, and all that. In all this, there is one thing that I forgot to talk about, which is value creation. And I want to spend a few moments today on the podcast and talk a little bit about value and how we create it, why it's valuable, why value is valuable, and how you can, as a professional, as an entrepreneur, as a business owner, as a homemaker, how can you create that value within you that is independent of everything else that's happening around you? That's the pursuit. So on this podcast, if you are a daily listener or a subscriber and you heard some earlier episodes, at one point I said something like this. I said, inherently nothing has value. It is all how we associate value to. That's what defines how valuable something is to us. For example, a bunch of people got together and said, we got the next coin, which is better than the coins we have. And it is digital in nature. And it is known as Bitcoin. And hence, the last 10, 12 years now, since 12 years now, 12 years, 2009, 13 years now, it is valuable because we associated value to it. Inherently, it did not have any value. We gave value. Bunch of people got together and said, this house is $5 million or $10 million. Why? Because whatever, they used some criteria. They said, in a good school district, it has great weather, it has great commute, it has great hospitals, whatever it is. They associated some value. And hence it's valuable. Now, if I ask you what your value is, you'll say, okay, I'm a professional and I've been working in this line of profession for the last 10, 15, 20 years, and I have studied this. This is my experience, this is my qualification, and I'm better than many in my class. So I was a topper, I'm a gold medalist, whatever, right? So you start putting these things, and there is a possibility that you already have these things on your resume, and you say, this is my value, and hence you need to pay me this much amount of money, and whatever, right? So you define your value that way. But the question is this, is it really your value? Or you are more? How do we assess this? How can we independently define who we are without any constraints or any perceptions that are judging us or that are evaluating us? Now, the reason why I say independent value creation is because it starts with us. It starts with you. You define who you are and the world will start rotating around you. How do you define who you are? Because you are getting educated from outside. You are getting qualifications from outside. You are getting certifications from outside. And you are going back and telling the outside, you have these with you that were given by outside to you. And you're going back to the same outside and saying, this is what I have. So question is, there has to be something inside of you that should add something to the things that you get from outside. So when you present that back to the outside, it looks bigger than what the outside gave you. So you took something from outside that you did not have, and you added something to it, and you gave it back to the world, and it is much more bigger than what they gave you. That's how you become unique. That's how you become undeniable. So, how do we assess that? So, in my experience, working with people and working on myself and going through the journeys that I have taken in my life, what I found out is my true value is how I spend my time. It's not what I create and what I have and all that. Time is a huge factor in defining value. And when I apply time to myself, then what I do with my time defines my value. Well, start with actions, my goals, my engagements. What all are the things that I do with my time defines my value. So, time with myself defines my value, at least in my mind. And then I take the discussion outside. Then, time with others define my value. So I'm spending time with you defines my value. So time with myself, that which I do when I'm alone, secluded, away from everybody, defines my value. And things that I do with you, the amount of time I spend doing what I do with you, defines my value. So time with yourself and time with others. So time with yourself includes everything that you do for yourself. And time with others include everything that you do for them. So all the charities, all the contributions, all that defines your value. So there's also another connection between these two things. See, when you are spending time with yourself, you are strengthening your beliefs. And when you are spending time with others, either you are creating new beliefs or you are validating your existing beliefs. So if I'm spending time with you, I'm creating new beliefs or I'm validating whatever I already have. When I'm spending time with myself, I'm strengthening the beliefs that I already have. When I say strengthening beliefs, it may include also taking some beliefs out that are not working for me and all that. But this principle, this concept is a very important concept when it comes down to personal development. And I've read many books, I've studied many philosophers, many coaches, mentors. I don't think anybody presented this concept like this. So, if you look at value and the way we associate value, the value, the driver that creates that value is your belief. A comet somewhere in the galaxy has absolutely no reference to anything. It's doing its job. We, with our beliefs, we associated value to it and said that's 10 quadrillion, dollars. And that is 700 times or 800 times the world economy or whatever that is. Or 10,000 times more than the world economy. And the world economy is 140 trillion. The start of that was a belief. Okay? So, the message on today's podcast is this. I want you to look into all the things that you do with yourself in your time, and can you strengthen those? As you strengthen those, for example, you run 1 hour in the morning, let's say. That's your belief. You start your day with a run. So can you strengthen that belief? Like you run even if you're sick. You run even if it's raining. You run even if you're on a train. Right? You strengthen that belief. You have to do it. Right? That defines your value. That's your action. That's your engagement that defines your value. Can you strengthen that? You go out and you believe in helping people, contributing into people's success, or giving away your time to charity. Can you strengthen that? See, do these two things irrespective of what you have, and the money you have, the connections you have, whatever the qualifications, the experience, the skills you have, irrespective of all that. Magically, these two things will increase those that you already have. It's amazing how the world sees you. Okay? Try doing this. I hope I conveyed this. I hope you can listen where I'm going with this. I'll stop here. I had something else to add. I'm going to come back tomorrow and do this. I wanted to kind of connect the value to your income. So I'm going to do that on tomorrow's podcast. That's all for now. Wherever you are, be safe. And I'll talk to you as early as tomorrow. Stay tuned.